What's up with it? It's your boy McFly, man, the hardest working man in Shoetainment today. That's right, I said it. I am the hardest working man in Shoetainment today. There isn't a YouTuber out here working harder than me, grinding harder than me, period. It don't exist. If this is your first time to the land of McFly, I welcome you. Feel free to drop a like, comment, subscribe on this video. Any kind of feedback is good feedback, good or bad. Please leave me a comment. I love hearing what you guys think and interacting and talking with you guys. For those of you who don't know, the shoes that I wear for the day, I always have on the table. Today's choice was the Oreo 5s. I post all of my own foots on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'll leave the link somewhere on the screen so you guys can see it. And go over there if you want to drop me a follow. I'll put all my own foots there. But just in case, you know, some people just follow me here and not on those platforms, I have it here for you guys too. Oreo 5s. Today I was just in the closet like, hey man, what I want to wear today. I don't even really remember originally what shoe I was looking for. But as I was digging through some boxes, I came across these and I totally forgot I had them. So I was like, yep, we're gonna go ahead and throw these bad boys on, man, and get them some sun, because I know it's been at least a year or two since I've even put my feet in them. So that was it today. Oreo 5s. Also threw on the shoe connoisseur shirt, because that's what I consider myself, a shoe connoisseur, but we'll get to that in a second. The purpose of today's video was to kind of, you know, get a little more personal with you guys, man. I see a lot of people do videos and you don't really know much about these people. You know some stuff, but you know, you don't really know a whole lot. It's just pretty much shoes and that's it. And I feel like, you know, me as a creator, I have to establish a relationship with my audience, you know, and bring you guys in and let you know, stuff about me, just like I want to know stuff about you guys. And in talking to some of you, I've learned things here and there about y'all, and I'm really appreciative. So that's what we're going to do today, man. We got some Q&A. I'm going to give you some background about who I am. I'm going to answer these questions, man, and we're going to spend some time on it. Come rock with me. My true definition of a sneakerhead, I guess in some points it can't really be defined. Sneakerhead is such a broad, generalistic term. You can only like Jordans and be a sneakerhead. You can only like Adidas and be a sneakerhead. You can only like hype beast items from all brands and be a sneakerhead. Realistically, anybody can be a sneakerhead. There's no limitations to who can and who can't be a sneakerhead. It's not about how many pairs of shoes you have. You gotta have 1,000 pairs of shoes to be a sneakerhead or any of that. No, none of that really applies. In my mind, I'd say what is a sneakerhead? To define that, I would say is that it is a person that has a true love and passion for sneakers and sneaker culture. That's why I consider myself a shoe connoisseur. I don't consider myself a sneakerhead, because sneakerheads could apply to anybody. Your everyday kid that's just getting in the game, the old man that's been in for 50 years, whoever can be a sneakerhead. But to be a shoe connoisseur is a person that's particular. You have certain things that you like, certain models that you rock with. I mean, you've been around and you've sampled all things and you've devised what's best for you into those categories. It makes you really sophisticated, because it's certain stuff that you're not going to do because you've already been there. You've already refined your taste, so to speak. Connoisseurs, that's what we do. We're not after everything. We're not chasing hype. We're going after what we like. We're sticking true to our guns. From time to time we do branch off and do different things and take risk on certain shoes and gamble on other shoes, but it's not. We're more tactical. I actually got my name from one of the sneaker groups that I'm in on Facebook. Sneaker group called Sneaker Army. Shout out to my Sneaker Army fam, man. Big up to all of y'all, bro. Much respect. A couple years ago, I say 2, 3, maybe even 4 years ago, when the Jordan Future started rolling out, I was buying them all. If you haven't seen my top 10 shoes in my Shoezium video, go check it out and it'll give you some background to this. But I was buying every pair of Jordan Futures that I could find, man. I was buying them. And it's one of the members in there, his name is Steve Haynes. I call him Obi-Wan. he's like the wise legend of the group or whatnot. But he started calling me McFly, and I was calling him Doc, you know, from Back to the Future. And I was like, yeah, man, McFly, that really could stick. I'm buying these futures, so yeah, I'm gonna be McFly, the king of futures, and that's what McFly stands for. McFly KOF, the KOF stands for King of Futures, and I got that term from Steve Haynes. He basically coined me with the McFly, and I added the KOF to the end, and I pretty much just been rocking with it ever since. I'm born and bred in Charlotte, North Carolina, grew up in Trinity Park. I am a product of that. Nothing but legends come out of Trinity Park. I don't care what none of y'all say. And I'm one of them, so it is what it is. Next question. What got me into sneakers? There wasn't really one thing that got me into sneakers. You know, growing up in the 90s, we always had all kind of campaigns. The Nike campaign, or the Wheaties campaign, or the Gatorade campaign. You always had all of these campaigns that really kept you interested in stuff, and most of the kids were interested in Jordans and Nikes, and you had so many prominent, you know, basketball players during the time. Like you had Jordan, Gary Payton, Pippen, Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, Kobe had kicks, Grant Hill had kicks, even Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan had some kicks at point in life. Sean Kemp had kicks. I mean, you had all these staples of shoe brands that were just around, and so you were just really consumed by shoes and culture in general. You know, of course, Mike was the man, but you always had shoes in your face, so I guess subconsciously it really made you want shoes. You know, most people wanted the hottest, dopest shoes on the block, but me really, I didn't. You know, I wanted the sleeper shoes. I wanted the shoes that people wasn't really paying attention to. I didn't want the shoes that everybody had, and I'm still kind of like this to this day. Favorite sneaker, old school sneaker rather, the Jordan 11 Breads, period, hands down. Don't care about your feelings. My favorite new model would have to be the Adidas Ultra Boost. I'm really liking what Adidas is doing with the comfort on these Boost shoes. I think they need to take the price tags down a little bit, but other than that, the Ultra Boost is probably my favorite newest model. And Jordan Bread 11 is the GOAT, son. The GOAT. Don't ask me no questions. None of that shit. Bread 11s. One shoe. Let me think about it. Alright, I'm done. The one shoe that I would probably break the bank on would be the red Supreme Foams. I do not have that shoe, and I would probably spend a huge chunk of money to get that shoe. Realistically, I probably could just go and do that, but I'm cheap, man. I'm cheap as hell. You know, the whole reason I started this thing was because I want to talk about stuff that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people don't have my mind, and they don't think about things the way that I think about them, or they put the wrong messages out there as to what you should be paying attention to, or not what you should think, but another way to think about things, you know, to formulate your own perspective, you know, and things of that nature. And I don't see a lot of people really dialoguing. I see them just force feeding people shoes, and I'm not trying to force feed you shoes. You know, I'm gonna do a lot of the same things that they do, but at the same time, I'm gonna do a lot of things that they don't do. And I guarantee you that in the upcoming months or the upcoming years, you'll see a lot of these people gearing and really transforming to my style. Just watch what I tell you. It's gonna happen because people are really gonna start paying attention. It's really gonna start catching on. So what sets me apart from them is, you know, I'm different. I'm different in my ways. We have a lot of similarities, but at the same time, we have a lot of differences. And as the channel grows and continues on and you guys see where I'm going to take this thing, you can understand a little better. So just keep your eyes on me, man. I'm going to make it a good ride, I promise you. The one thing that I wish I could change about sneaker culture is hype. I wish we could take hype out of everything. Just cut out all the damn hype, man. I'm sick of it. And the reason why I say I'm sick of it, because if you take the hype off these shoes and the hype off of these brands, and these brands just put these shoes out with no hype, the people who would still have these shoes after the fact are the true sneakerheads, or the true sneaker connoisseurs, or the true sneaker people, the people who drive the culture, the people who that is not about hype, it's about the shoes. If you take the hype out of all of these shoes, any person who really wanted that shoe could have it. But because people think they can make money off of them, or they can sell them, or it's hyped up, and they just got opportunities to do this and do that, and they have no clue what they're doing, it really destroys it for the people who really have a love for this and who are really in this for the shoes. So if we could remove hype out of this entire equation, the sneaker community will be able to operate as it should. I'm really indifferent. You know, I embrace a lot of the ways of a lot of these new and upcoming sneakerheads, and really, I don't really feel like there should be a divide. You know, for the people in the 30 ball club in my age bracket, you know, we're more attracted to J's and retros, and we get upset when Jordan sit or something that, you know, we grew up looking at sits and doesn't sell out. But I think a lot of people fail to realize that, you know, these kids, they didn't see Jordan play. They don't have an interest in that. If they don't think it look good, they don't think it look good. You know, they're not listening to Tupac and Biggie and all of this. You know, they listening to Lil Pump and 6ix9ine and all them. And at the same time, you know, we have to, we as the old heads, you know, we have to embrace them, you know, and kind of show them this is what y'all are doing, but you know, this is where it comes from. You know, this started with us and we're passing it down to y'all, but you need to represent it a right way. That's kind of like our parents were coming to us and they thought everything that we were doing was crazy and out of line, and why y'all doing this and why y'all doing that. And now that we're in that bracket, it's like, you know, the next generation is doing what they're doing, and we're like, yo, why you doing that? You know, it's like the cycle pretty much repeats itself. But I feel like what we should really be doing is embracing what they got going on. You know, they're the front runners. They're the people that Nike and Jordan Brand and Adidas are marketing to. They're not marketing this shit to us no more. They're marketing it for them. You know, they're the next wave. And we realistically need to be embracing them. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't necessarily have to. But you need to get over the fact that, you know, your time has passed. It's over, bro. So the way it's going is the way it's gonna keep going, and after their generation is gonna be something different. So if you're gonna be here for another generation, you can get ready for another shift. You know, in the game is always changing. It's been changing since day one. You know, we went from Converse and Chuck Taylors to, you know, Adidas to J's to, you know, where we are now. So that's all I can really say. I think all this petty stuff really needs to be put behind us. The people that are getting older need to realize that they're getting older, and it's their job as the OGs to school the young Gs. So when they become OGs, they can school the young Gs. That's what I'm here for. We're gonna school the young Gs. Advice that I would give somebody that wants to get into sneakers is have a fat bank account. Nah, just kidding, man, but this shit does get expensive, don't get me wrong. Advice I would give is find your style. Don't chase trends. Don't be a trendy guy. Don't be a hype beast. Find what you like, what fits what you do best, and go with it. Secondly, don't worry about, you know, how many shoes you have. You don't have to have 100,000 pairs of shoes to be relevant. You know, get what you can get. Don't spend out of your means. Stay within your means, because the second you start spending outrageous amounts of money, man, it catches up. Trust me, that shit catches up. So stick to your guns. Only buy what you like. Try not to fall in the trap of addiction, man. This stuff is very addictive, and it's hard to break that cycle. Once you get caught up in purchasing shoes every week or purchasing shoes all the time, it's really like a drug, and it's hard to cut that switch off. So, you know, try to find a medium as to, you know, what you can really afford and what you can't, what's really healthy for you and what's not. If we get to the point where you missing bills or whatnot because you buying sneakers, it's time to chill, bro. Like, you know, it's time to slow it down a little bit. So, you know, just be aware of what's going on. This can consume you. It can become ridiculous, and it can be an all day, all night thing. If you're going to be into sneakers, I'd say that make sure you have a true love and a true passion for it. If it's something that you're not really going to care about, you know, it's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to fill any voids. If you don't naturally love sneakers, or sneakers don't make you happy, then, you know, don't waste your time. You know, if you're just buying shoes because everybody else has them, what's the point? At the end of the day, you're going to end up getting rid of them anyway because you don't care nothing about them. So if you don't have no true feelings towards sneakers, don't waste your time, man. Just stay away from the game. If it's something you want to buy, I mean, you can buy it, but don't try to go all in if it's not something that you are really passionate about. It really fucks the culture up, and that's the last thing we need is more culture vultures trying to jump on. Questions with the one and only McFly, man. If you made it this far, you had to like this video, so you can just go ahead and like it. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're going to be doing a lot of things like this on my channel, man. A lot of discussion-based stuff and interactive. I might actually start going live so I can get live questions from you guys to make this a little more interactive. But for now, this is how we're going to swing it. I appreciate all of y'all dropping by. Again, I am the one and only McFly KOF. And until next time, I'll holla at you.